Almost Sonic of all praises, honor, and glory to Jehovah, Hashem, Yahshua, Bashim, Kakadash. I to give double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who will and teach us sound doctrine. Peace and blessings to your elect. No, this is basically just a few pictures I have on this phone. I took some next phone as well, but to make a long story short, it was on a Friday when I was around, what time was this? It was around 5 o'clock. It was like between 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I was out doing errands, going to meat market, etc., etc. And then, as I'm in the car, cause with a family member, so the family member goes inside to the shop. I'm in my car, and then I look up. Then I look outside, and I'm like, it's the same chariot that I always see. But then I'm starting to notice a little spark, a little twinkle. Now initially I said, maybe this is nothing, right? So I pull out my phone, and all of a sudden on my screen is like a little, this thing is moving all around, and the chart I'm referring to that was moving all around is the screen one here. And as you can see, everything else is still, and right here it looks like it's about to, change shape. And it's not a matter of me even holding the camera funny, because as you can see, the trees, they're all still. This light here is still, and this one over here, this, nothing else moves but this. So you know that it's moving. So what was happening was I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it with like my own eyes. When I got the phone out, I started noticing that it was, you know, in layman's terms, I could say it was moving up and down the screen. So when I took the picture of it, that's when I noticed it, and I zoomed in. I was like, whoa. I was like, oh, hello, Yehovah Shim Yahshua. I'm like, yo, this, the angels, this chart was watching me, and I didn't even see it. And I had to send this over to a brother as well, because he's like, say, he's praying for the Lord to show him chariots. But this is where we have to have faith. And like Hebrews 11 and 1 says, if roughly paraphrase it, you know, faith is, let's go to it. I can't even, I didn't want to, what do you call it, recall it wrong. So let's go to it. 11, you know, we believe without seeing. No, Hebrews 11 and 1. No, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So even though, I didn't, even though you might not see, the angels or the chariots watching you, you have to have, have a faith in your heart that, they're watching what I'm doing, and, they're keeping record, because we know everything that we doing now, the Lord is keeping a record of. And where the eyes, the chariots of the Lord are likened unto his eyes. The eyes of the Lord are upon this wicked kingdom. No, the Lord is, looking at the wickedness that's going on the earth right now, but he's also, he's also has his angels watching and keeping record of what's going on now. Like in the movies, like you would say, they would say someone, oh, this person, my eyes and ears. It's another way of saying this person is keeping, a watch for me. As Yeah, so as you can see, the green one here, this was the one that was moving. As I said before, it was moving all around, and I love green. That was heavy as well. I was like to the brother, I think I said to the brother, I like green. Or I said, imagine if this is I don't want right aside. This is the chariot that delivers me. Lord willing, I enjoy it to the end. It was like, it's like calm, but the brother was like, wait, a chariot? Wait, two chariots? Cause I like I had to share it. And then this one, I remember this one right here. The cherry in the back. I done a video on it before. It's like I used to see the cherry. Like on my way home from work. Like I used to finish working like some late hours, and I used to have to walk home and take the bus and whatnot, and it was just me and this chariot. the chariot, just used. It's just been there. It's just been there, and then one day I decided to take a picture, and I remember showing it to brothers, and they were like, "Hey, this looked like a chariot, and a very bright one as well." But anyway, don't want to make it long-winded. I just thought to share the testimony because even without me, even though I hadn't seen this chariot, me then seeing this chariot, I was feel like you can imagine me. I was smiling, I was excited. I was like, I was getting very excited. But let me get to this precept. Let me start at the fourth verse. Psalms 34:4. I sought the Lord, and He heard me, and He delivered me from all my fears. They looked unto Him, and were lightened, and their faces were not ashamed. The poor man cried, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of his troubles. The angel, and for example, when we Salakia, when we Salakia, when we call upon the Lord, when we call upon the Lord in a time of difficulty, or when you call upon the Lord sincerely, the Lord will always, the Lord will always help carry you through, you know, difficult times you may be going through, and even tests that you may be going through. Just pray to the Lord that to give you the strength, and He'll help you endure. Because there's no, as they say, there's nothing that the Lord cannot do. The angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear Him and delivereth them. And if you fear the Lord, what you're gonna do? You're gonna keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and what you're also gonna follow His example on how to live. An next good example, for example, an next good example is King David, for example. How did he live and conduct himself? And the Lord said, the Lord, how is the Lord going to deliver His elect? Being as He says, deliver here. How is the Lord going to deliver His elect? He's going to deliver them via the chariots, and it's for those who endure it to the end. So I always say, like, short-term things that happen to you, you lose friends, you lose anything. You lose, you get back greater. But anything that you lose, just think that there's something greater coming. Just as long as I stick it out to the end. Let me get to Psalm 16 and 17, because it's not just gonna be two charts, and I just have multiple pictures. In fact, this is just one. This is like this looks like a goldish kind of a color. You already seen this before. There's going to be many, many chariots, because every eye is going to see the Lord when He returns. And as the scriptures say, the Lord is coming back with power and great glory. And in Revelations, the first chapter, I believe, if let's go there as well. Every eye is going to see Him, because these chariots, they're going to be everywhere. Yeah, Revelation 1 and 7, behold, He cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see Him. And these clouds that He's referring to are the chariots, because the chariots are likened unto clouds. Because when John the Revelator, was writing these things down, you had to liken the chariots. You had to liken the chariots onto something that was basically known. And for example, if I'm describing a food that I'm not really familiar with to other Benjamins, maybe Indian or some kind of food that is not really known, but it's similar to something that we have, then I'm going to kind of, this kind of food, I'm going to describe it, and then I'm going to liken it onto what, the dish that is similar to. Every eye shall see him, meaning that, it's not, you're not going to have to, everybody, every eye, everyone's gonna see it. At first, it seems crazy because it hasn't happened yet, but when it happens, it's gonna be like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? And they also, which pierced him, and all kings of the world shall wail because of him. Even so, amen. Jumping over to Psalm 68 because that was really the point I wanted to get. But that precept just came to mind, so I just thought I have to grab it. Psalm 68 and 17. The chariots of God are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them, as in Sinai in the holy place. So the Lord is coming back with an innumerable host of angels. They're not. The only thing I can really say is, you're not even gonna be able to count it because as soon as you try to count it, it's gonna be like, uh, it's just gonna be tedious. So you're just gonna give up. It's gonna be it's gonna be an innumerable amount of chariots that day, man. And seeing these things, they should only be faith boosters because it's like, we're close to that time. There, of course, there's certain things that have to happen, but we're close to that time. So we just need to keep enduring and pray that the Lord just gives us the spirit to keep enduring, because it would be a shame for us to drop out at the last minute. You know, and it's important to pray for brothers as well, because you don't want to be in this, the spirit of with your neck up or another brother, because that pride against another brother, that's not good, man. Because the Lord can knock you off your high horse. You have to remain humble. That's why something like self-examination, that's very important. I didn't want to make this lesson too long, and I pretty much had all the precepts that I had on deck, but I just wanted to share. Basically, if I have any more precept, I'll just put it in the comments. If I have another precept, I'll just put it in the comment section of the video. But yeah, I just wanted to share, basically, me seeing that happening to me. Basically, they are trying watching me, and I didn't even know that it was watching me until I really pulled out my phone to take the picture, and then lo and behold, it was there. It was moving too fast, so I couldn't even see over the phone. It was just, as I said, it was just moving around. And then when I took the picture, the first picture, is spiritual. 'Cause, yeah, the spiritual, cause it let me get it clear. And then the next picture was like it was gonna change. But yeah, I hope this was edifying and exhorting, to those that were tuned in and watching. And in closing, I want to give our praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. In closing, I want to say Shalom.